Hey guys, how you doing? Uncle Bob here, back once again with another video, and today we're going to be doing the review of DVD movie review of Five Nights at Freddy's, which was released. Can't remember exactly the date, but a few months back. Um, and I got the DVD from HMV. It's about £10. And yeah, so it comes from the really popular Five Nights at Freddy's franchise, obviously the game franchise. And obviously now they've made two films because it's like so popular, so they made two horror movies. I'm not, I was never really, I didn't really know much about it. I've never played any of the games, so didn't really know much about it. I just knew they made horror films, and I thought, yeah, looks pretty good. I definitely want to check it out because I'm a huge horror fan. I wanted to check out this because it was a horror film. So yeah, definitely wanted to take a look at it. So yeah, so now from seeing the films, I know pretty much what it is about. Quite like both of the films. I think I may like the second one a bit better. I do quite like the idea of it being a sort of like a fairground theme park with the sort of attractions coming live. I think that was a really good idea. I always was a massive fan of theme parks when I was younger. Loved them. So yeah, we've got the DVD, and this is the Unleashed edition. This is a regular version because the first one was a night shift edition, so different editions. I'm not sure if it's a regular edition. I couldn't see that, but this is the one that they had at HMV. But so I'm guessing there's it because usually with DVDs there's different versions. But yeah, I wasn't really bothered about what version. I just got whatever version they had available. But yeah, it's I would say it's quite a basic cover. As I said, it's got that Unleashed edition written there, and it's got a red sort of background with the two, obviously because it's the second one, and it's got characters from the movie there. And we've got Five Nights at Freddy's big bold writing there. It's quite a basic cover there. Then we've got the background, a character from the movie again, and then just a brief description there. And then various images, certain scenes of the movie there with various characters, actors from the movie. Don't ask me to tell you who's who because I don't have a clue. We've got bonus features. We've got employees of the month, the cast bringing Freddy and friends to life, Mangle Mayhem, High Strung, hanging with the marionette, sensory overload, exploring the sets, and then we've got all it's presented by, production and all that. See, it's by Universal Pictures, and then we've got all these certificates, clarifications, whatever. And yeah, I don't usually check out many of the bonus features unless it's something that's, I'm a really big fan on collector on, like Predator, Alien, Terminator. I'll probably check out the bonus stuff. But other movies that I just watch, don't really tend to check out the bonus features much. Sometimes if it's a comedy type of action horror film, I'll look at the bonus features because it's funny. So if it's comedy, action, comedy, horror, I will look at like deleted scenes. They're usually quite funny, more often than not. So yeah, I usually check out those. But if it's other stuff, I won't bother with. But you've got the bonus features on there. It's an extra feature. A lot of people do like bonus stuff. So yeah, that's the artwork on the back and front. The artwork is quite different to the front on there. It's like a brown with Five Nights at Freddy and a 2 there. Again with the characters. So instead of it being red, I wonder if I've gone for brown instead of red, but anyway they did. But yeah, it's quite cool. So yeah, we'll look at the actors now. I'm not 100% sure about these because a lot of these films now that are coming out are actors that are not really that familiar. There's a load of young actors coming through now. I mean, I only know the ones that are quite well known that have been in loads of films previously that are quite old. Not really familiar with most of the young actors. But we've got Josh Hutcherson. I've got no clue who that is. We've got Elizabeth Lau, Pippa, Rubio, Wayne Knight, Matthew Lillard, someone. Yeah, so I'm not really familiar with any of this. I think has some of those been in the first one? I think with the girl that plays the girl in it. It's been in the previous one. Yeah, I'm not. To be honest, I didn't really pay attention to the actors. To be honest, who was in the first one? Sometimes I'll just put the films on and just watch them. Some ones that I'm not too familiar with. Anyway, some of these young actors, but those are the actors that are in it. Anyway, um, the general gist of it. If you've seen the events of the first one, so basically in the second one, basically a brief description. So me waffling on and on and on. So basically, after the events of the first one year after the supernatural nightmare at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, a shocking new chapter of terror begins when former security guard Mike's sister Abby sneaks out in search of her animatronic friends Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy. As terrifying events begin to unfold, dark secrets about the true origin of Freddy's are revealed, unleashing a long forgotten horror hidden away for decades. Now, if you get the general gist of the movie, obviously it's about um, these characters that are animatronics, and then they basically come to life. They did in the first one, and then after the events of the first one, they've sort of come back to life. But this time, there's from what I've seen from the second one, I've seen the second one once so far, and I'll watch it again at some stage when I get the chance, whenever that's going to be. So what I saw from the film, the characters, I believe, were bad in the first one. Is that right? And then this time, the characters like Freddy, Chica, and Foxy, and all that. I think there's some evil villain versions of them, of the same characters, and then they're evil and go around killing people. And then sort of towards the end, the original characters like Foxy and stuff, they come back, but this time they're sort of playing the hero roles, and then they sort of take out the evil ones or go against them. I won't spoil it by saying too much happens, but that's general gist of it. So they're sort of like evil versions of them that come into the second one as opposed to the first. But that's briefly what's going on. Yeah, I thought this was. I thought it was quite a slow start to this. I quite enjoyed the first one. As I said, I like the idea of sort of like being in a theme park fairground with the attractions coming to life, because I don't think that's been done in many films before. So I quite like the idea of it. This is sort of which we tend to see in a lot of films now. Is they sort of get better. They sort of seem to be a lot of the films are a slow start and then they sort of get better as they go along. And I felt with this, it was like, when is this going to pick up? And it sort of doesn't seem to pick up till it's like 45 minutes in, getting towards like halfway stage, and it sort of picks up the pace. It seems to be quite a slow start. I think they sort of need to start picking up the pace a bit with some of these movies. Maybe like at least maybe 25 minutes, half an hour, and then sort of do something. I like stuff that starts off with something, then like maybe like I don't know, 25 minutes, half an hour, and then something, rather than just like slow build up. It seems there's too much of there's too much of a slow build up in a lot of movies now that's going on, which I'm not really very patient with. I just like to have some film where it's bit of action, then a bit of talking with a storyline, a bit of action. But yeah, this sort of seems to be a very slow start and not very exciting, and it sort of picks up and sort of gets better, and it's quite good towards the end. I quite like a lot of the scenes, a lot of the chase scenes. There's a few cool kills, and yeah, it starts to, because I was watching this on a Saturday, I think it was. I was like, yeah, this is quite enjoyable towards getting past the halfway stage towards the end. It's quite good. I thought it was quite fun and exciting. The action, as I said, was pretty good. The special effects was really good. The way the designs and the way it looked pretty good. As I said, the action seemed pretty good. Yeah, and I think as I said, I think it's a slow start, and then it sort of picks up and gets better. As I said, because I've only seen these once each movie so far, I can't tell whether I like the first one better or the second one. I think I may go with the second one, but I'm going to watch these. I may sort of like do the thing where if I've got time, I may watch them back to back again, and then sort of watch the first one and the second one if I've got time, because when you're working and looking after family and different stuff, there's not always the time. But if you can make time, now let's look at the negatives and positives. The positives being it's one of them films that's going to be quite exciting and fun. And it's a Five Nights at Freddy film, so it's sort of there's a second one, so it's sort of like you want to see. You're slightly excited to see what's going to happen after the events of the first. As I said, a horror film like this is always going to be quite fun. Positives, it's the time of this is pretty good. It's something that's not too long and not too short. It's not something we're going to be sitting there for 2 hours and it's going to be like boring. I think it works out about an hour and 35 minutes around that time, so I think that's quite the right time. I think that's quite the right time for any horror movie. I think horror movies at 2 hours, it's too long. I think any horror film really should be about an hour and a half, to be honest. Apart from lots of stuff like Scary Movie, should be about an hour and 52 hours. But yeah, stuff like this. I think the time is right. Yeah, as I said, the kills are quite good. It does get better towards sort of the end. What's bad? Maybe the cast is very, very weak. I don't think it's got any sort of like standout actors that strengthen the cast, like legendary actors. To sort of say it's quite a weak cast. Um, the pace of it, yes, just sort of such a really slow start, and then it sort of doesn't. It sort of like picks up and gets better. So it's a bit of a slow start, which could be a bit of a negative rather than positive. It's a weak cast. Yeah, so maybe as I said, I think they should have just done something, a few things early on, rather than just waiting and waiting for something to happen. But yeah, I said it's all right. As I said, it's probably not the best horror film I've ever seen, but it's all right, I think. Yeah, I may give this maybe. I think maybe due to some of the positives, but it's sort of like late on when it starts getting better. So I mean, maybe give it 6 out of 10, 7 if being generous. But said it does have its moments, but as I said, it's a few negatives that are not good, but it sort of gets better towards the end, but it's alright anyway. So I think that's going to be it for my review of this. Hope you guys enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and check this film out if you haven't seen it. It's worth looking at if you haven't seen it anyway. So guys, that's going to be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you guys next video. Take care, bye for now. See you soon. Thanks for watching.